Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome back to Resurwreck Autos HQ. So guys, this is part 2 on the Nissan Juke. Johnny's Nissan Juke. We're sorting out the clutch. I found the problem yesterday. I had a funny feeling it was going to be something related to that, and it obviously is. There's an issue there with the the release bearing, slave cylinder, whatever you want to call it, for the clutch. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do today is we're going to have a good clean up in there. I can't leave it without actually looking at the clutch plate. I know a lot of you are going to say, well, why should you take it off? You might as well replace it. It's all about cost. This isn't our car. This is a customer's car. It's Johnny's car. It's up to him what he does, and it's up to him what he's spending on it. He's already had a big outlay, an expense that he didn't. This is an expense that he didn't already budgeted for, and it's really, I think it's really hit him hard. So I understand and I get why he doesn't want to do the actual 3-part clutch, and he just wants to get the repair done and get it back on the road. So I completely understand it. Everyone's got their own expenses and outlays and costs and budgeting, and we just don't know what Johnny's is like. So not everyone has got a massive amount of money just sitting in the bank, savings. Just if something happens, just throw money at something. It just don't happen. So yeah, I know a lot of people, not a lot of people. There's a few comments saying, "Oh, just change the clutch. Ain't a lot of money. Don't change the dual mass flywheel and just do the clutch." But just doing the clutch, it's still money for Johnny to pay out, and he just can't do it. So, let's draw a line underneath that. Let's get this fixed for him. That is the main point of this. So let's get cracking. This is part 2. Let's get it out, have a look at it, and then we'll compare it to the new one. So let's crack it, guys. Let's do this. Right, okay. So guys, I've got it off. And as you can see, we've got some new parts and the gearbox oil. Apparently this takes exactly 2 litres of gearbox oil. So that's that. New one is in here. And that is the old one. So that rubber here, you can see that it's supposed to be connected there, and it's obviously come away on this one. But that's not the rubber's not the reason why this is failed. It's definitely not. I originally said, and spoke to Johnny. I thought it would have been this. I thought that had failed, and it was leaking from that point. But I was wrong, and it's actually failed around the actual bearing, in the mechanism, like somewhere inside. Something inside this has failed, and it is plastic. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's got, if it's failed at that point there. You can see like it's cracked there or something. You just don't know. But yeah, it's no good. Nevertheless, it's no good. It's rubbish. It's got to be changed. Quite possibly it's coming from that point there somewhere. Maybe cracked or something. Split. I don't know. Yeah, it might be. Might be that bit there. As that comes down at the bottom of it. Maybe something to do with that. It's split. It looks like it's quite covered with it, isn't it? Like it's not really covered this side. Really, it's covered this side, so might be a split there, or crack or something. Let's just letting it go, just letting it come out. So yeah, there we go. Right, before we attempt to put this one in, I'm gonna have a really good clean up in there, brake cleaner everywhere. Then get the condenser compressor, and then just blow it all and dry it all up inside not only the clutch plate as well. And I want to sort of get some brake cleaning in there, clean it right up, just make sure there's no there's no fluid in that sort of part of it as well. Obviously the inside the gearbox, I want to clean all that up as well. Just have a good clean up, and then we'll put the new one back in place. And then we'll start putting it all back together. Obviously, every time I do one of these, I always preload these frost bearings. So basically what you do is you squeeze it, push it so that it's squeezed, yeah? And then you have to feed it some fluid, some .4 into there. And as you're feeding it, you gradually let it go, and it pulls the fluid into this. So I'm preloading. There's not a lot of fluid actually that goes into that, but I still want to preload that ready. It's just easier when you're doing the bleeding, the clutch. So yeah, that's very important. If you're ever doing one of these, make sure you preload that by putting it together and then putting the fluid in and then letting it go, and it pulls the fluid into the system. So yeah, right. So guys, let's get cracking with this cleaning, and yeah, we're gonna clean it all up now. So let's do this. Right, okay, well, guys, the new one is in place. So, yeah, what I basically did was get a tub like this. Did you hear that? Can you hear that? It is auction time. Yeah, I'm looking at a car today, so yeah, we'll see if we manage to get that one. Anyway, back to the Juke. So basically what I did was, so on the new one, and I'll just show you a little bit, you just squeeze it like this, put it in the fluid, So it's underneath the fluid like that. And then you just let go and it draws all the fluid into the system. Actually, this one, yeah, this has got a crack or something, and it a split or something. This is definitely, because it's not holding it. Yeah. It's got a crack or split somewhere. It is just plastic at the end of the day, you know, so it could be something around there. But I just, yeah, so that's how you do it. That's how I did it on the new one anyway. And the new one was holding, so I know it's good. So, yeah, so that's done. Let me show you underneath. Just quickly show you. Because I'm sure Johnny is sitting there watching me do this because he wants to get his car fixed. Right, so there we go. That is the new one. That was the problem. Which, you know, I did speak to Johnny about it. I said, look, there's only one thing that's inside that gearbox that could be dripping between here and here, the actual join. There's only one thing inside that could be, that is the, is this thrust bearing slave cylinder, yeah, sequential, or whatever you want to call it. That was our issue and our problem. So that's the new one in place. We should be good to go. We can start putting this back together. Oh, God. Don't worry, guys. I've got knee pads. Don't you worry about my knees. They're well protected. Always have been for years and years and years. Anyway, right. So now it's a case of just doing the reverse of what we just did, which took a while. So let's just see how far now it's going to take us to put it back together. Don't think I'm going to finish it today, but let's just see how far we get. So let's do this. Right, okay, guys. Well, there we go. We are getting very, very close now. We are getting very close to be able to get this one down, wheels back on, and checking to make sure that we've got all the gears and the clutch. Now, we have to bleed the clutch. You can do it. You can do it with two people by pushing the clutch down on the inside whilst the other person opens the valve, which is this bit here. Let me come down and show you. So how you do it? You click this. Normally you've got, like, on some of these clutches, you've got like you open, you unbolt it or screw it, and it comes apart. This one is completely different. How you do this one is you put a hose to that nipple there, run the pipe down into a bottle, and then you pull that little clip up like that once, and then pull it away, and then it opens this valve, so you're able to, and then you can bleed the clutch that way. And then once you've bled the clutch, you just pop it back in place, pop that clip back in, and it's secured again where it should be. So a little bit different, and I've got to be honest, I've not done one of these before, so I had to look up how to do that, and there's always a video on how to do this. Most things are videoed and put on YouTube now these days, so there was a YouTube video showing exactly how to bleed the clutch with that type of setup. But yeah, you know, I've done the gearbox oil, all fill up, 2 litres. With new oil in there, so that's done, and then just left. You saw that in the time lapse. It just drained out a little bit, and then done the plug, put the plug back in. So drive shafts are done. Their bolts are done. Lower control arms are back. Both sides are done. You know, most things now. This side more or less complete. All I've got to do is on this side is put a wheel on there, and that's it. This side's completely done. We've got one bolt left over, which is up here, and that is for the top end. I think it's for that there. yeah. So that is for that there. But I just left it up there because I know where it goes in that position for the battery tray. So we've got a few bits and pieces, but everything else has been put back together. And yeah, we are getting close. We are definitely getting close now. So let me set you back up. We're going to bleed the clutch. Make sure that is nice. Where's my bottle? I'll show you how you do it. So this is the bottle that I use. This one here with a pipe. You connect this to the actual bleed nipple above, and then you got to make sure that the actual pipe is submerged in the dot 4 like this, and then as you're pressing the clutch pedal up and down, the air bubbles will come here at the bottle, and it pushes the air out and draws the liquid up. So yeah, that's how you do it on your own. I'm going to get set up, get it done, get it bled, and then we're going to move on, put all the battery tray back in place, put the wheels back on, just absolutely button this up today. And then all we've got to do is we've got to have a look at Johnny's lights. But I've mentioned to him before though, I did say, look, you might need an auto electrician to just go over to see if it may be an earth wire. The lights are not earthing properly. Something's broke. The wires disconnected. Something's not quite right with the lights. So, but I said to him, I will have a look at it. Whilst I've got the car and I've got a bit of time, I will have a look at it for him and see if I can, pinpoint what is going on. See if there's any breaks in the wires. I don't know, there's so many wires, but an auto electrician will do all these tests and blah, 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 and go bang. That's where it is. It wouldn't take him long to find it, I've got to be honest. But anyway, let's crack on with this first, get this finished off, and we'll go from there. So let's do this. Right, okay, guys, there we go. She is all back together. I've got to be honest, bleeding the clutch on one of these is an absolute pain. On your own, it is an absolute pain. But after doing it a couple of times, yeah, it is absolutely perfect now. So, he's not going to have any issues now going forward. The reservoir bottle as well isn't dropping, so that's good. So I'll show you. Let me just give it in there. So yeah, foot on the clutch, feels really nice. We're exactly where it should be. Nice, and it's not really hard, but it's not really soft. It's absolutely spot on. So yeah, first gear, and then we'll move forward. No throttle that is as well, so good clutch that is. I've just put it up on the ramp with no clutch. I'm not putting no foot on the throttle accelerator. So yeah, goes into gear, goes into reverse. It's got the camera. Yeah, apart from taking it for a quick test drive, this I don't know, because Johnny's definitely watching this video. 100% you're watching this. Does this like gear? It's a bit floppy. I don't know if that's how it's always been. I don't. You know, he drives it every day, so he'll tell me whether or not that's normal. It just feels a little bit. I don't know. Strange, because all I've done is disconnected the actual gear linkages and the bracket, and that's it. I've done nothing else to this, so I'm wondering if it's something to do with inside here. It's making it too loose. Yeah, it's probably something to do with down there inside here. But yeah, I'll take it for a quick test drive as well, just to make sure. But I think we are done with Johnny's Nissan Juke clutch issue problem. I made a bit of a mess, I've got to be honest, when I was bleeding that clutch with the dot 4 all over the floor. But it's part of it. You have to sort of deal with the mess and then just clear up as you go. But yeah, at least we are completed now. He can have his car back. I'm not going to be able to do it in this video, but I will have a little look at his lights, the wires, and that sort of thing, just to sort of, you know, spend a bit of time. He ain't going to collect it today. I'm sure Johnny will be watching this, and he'll come and collect it tomorrow. If not, he'll come and collect it on Saturday morning. You know, I'm always, you know, kind of, I'll work my things around the customers. So, yeah, whilst I've got the car for a couple of days, I will probably have a look around these lights for him just to see if I can, you know, pinpoint what is going on. But like I said before, it's probably going to need an auto electrician to have a look at this and test to see what is going on. I think it's rather an earth wire, or there's a break in a wire somewhere connected to the lights. Because I did have this on another car. I think it was a Fiat 500 I had this on. The front lights were just messing around. They weren't staying on properly, or, you know, the back weren't working, and I couldn't work it out. It turned out there was a break in a wire coming up to the actual light on the loom. So it could be something like that. You know, I really don't know. You know, it could be something there that's breaking or fragile or split. You just don't know. But yeah, like I said, I'll have a look at it whilst I've got the car for a couple of days. But for, you know, the clutch is so much better, and it's done. It's done for him. he can have his car back. All because of this failed. And it is, at the end of the day, it is only a bit of plastic. This. And it's, you know, they become brittle, don't they? So it's just, I don't know, really. I thought it was going to be there, but it don't look like it is. It looks like it's further down this bit here, broken or split or cracked. I can't really see anything in a minute, but it looks like it is coming from that point there. Look, there. So yes. Anyway, we've done it. It's changed. And believe it or not, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but this gearbox is a Renault gearbox. It's not a Nissan gearbox. Underneath the gearbox, it says Renault written on it. So, yeah, I just thought I'd mention that. So that's it, guys. Part 2, we are done. Complete. Johnny's car is done. The clutch is fixed and he can have it back now. So that is going to be the end of today's video. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. I did get a couple of comments, or someone commented it yesterday saying there's no way I was going to be able to do this in 2 days. 2 days on my own, done. And I think a lot of that's to do with having the lift. It is a massive, massive help having that lift. Doing it on the drive at the front of your house on axle stands is an absolute nightmare. But because I'm able to lift it up and down, and you know, it's a lot easier. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you tomorrow in the next one. Thanks for watching. See you soon.